Welcome back to Satisfactory update 8. We've already made so much progress, so if you're just tuning in, I do suggest you go to the video description below to find the whole playlist. In the last episode, for example, we put a full nuclear facility on. There are 30 of those nuclear reactors that are working perfectly, and all of the waste is being reprocessed over here. Right? So we have now tons of energy. And so with this, we can go back to our mega factory over here, right, where we have this mega bus to start doing the phase 4 elevator project, right? We have 4 of them. We haven't started at all, but we're gonna need to build all 4, right, over here. And of course, today we're gonna start with the first one, the assembly director system. To be more precise, I actually have already started it. It hasn't fully started. If you look over here, you'll see that this is empty of adaptive control unit, but this is because these ones are paused. So let's actually unpause them. And you can see that the heavy modular frames are now coming in. Perfect and perfect. We are actually making, as you can see, 2 of these over here, right? They are 100%, 2 of these, so we're talking about 1.5 per minute. It's not huge, but it already is taking everything over here. Plus, it's also taking something that we already made somewhere over here, which is the supercomputers. So to be precise, it actually takes 1.5 supercomputers, and then on top of this, it takes all of these resources. Almost 300 iron ingots, almost 800 copper ingots, almost 500 steel ingots, more than 200 of plastic, and more than 200 of limestone. And all of this, of course, into quite a few buildings. So let's go through them together. So basically, this is the end, right? We're taking the supercomputers from the bus. They come all the way over here. I'll show you in a second, if you missed it in the past, where they're coming from. So those supercomputers are delivered there, and then it also takes those adaptive control units, right? Those adaptive control units, it's actually 1.5 for each, so 3 in total. This is why we have the 3 manufacturers, each of them making 1. This is going to take automated wiring, circuit boards, heavy modular frames, and computers. All of this is being made on site. This is these ones you can see over here. We have the automated wiring, the computers, the circuit boards, and the heavy modular frames. So let's start to follow, all of these. Starting with at level 0, the automated wiring. This is coming from over here. We're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these assemblers, making 2.5 of automated wiring each. To do that, they're going to take stators and cables. So stators and cables, this is what you can see on the other hand, right? We have the stators at level 0 and the cables at level 3. So follow this over here, right? We can see the stators are coming from these ones versus the cables are coming from this side. The cables are pretty easy, right? We're transforming wires into cables. So this is what you can see over here. But we actually need a lot because each of these is 50 cables and we're talking about 9 of them. So that's 450 cables, right? So that's why we have one line over here, but each of them is only making 30. And to make 30, you need 60 wires. So actually one line of wire, is not enough. We need a second line of wires that goes into these ones here. So we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of these constructors for the cables, right? And that's a lot of wires. And you can see this is all of these over here. I think this is 30. Yeah, because this is making 30 each constructor is making 30 wire, and we need 60, right? So we double the number of constructors. We have basically 16 on this line and 14 there, right? We have the copper that's coming in the middle, coming over here. Why over there? Well, because we are actually making even more here, but these ones are wires that are actually going directly into something else. These wires, they don't go there to make cable, they go over here to make the stators, because to make stators we need steel pipes and wires. So you can see over here we have the steel coming, steel ingots to make steel pipes. We're talking about 4, right, of these over here, and then we had that's merged at level 0, and then the copper, as we said, goes here to make some wires and continues there. So this is all of the copper. That's a lot of copper, right, needed for this first step already to make all of these stators and to make all of this cable. So this is how we make automated wiring. We've done that in the past already, but now we need to make a lot more, right? Then we continue. We're gonna want to make computers and circuit boards. And you may remember that we actually need circuit boards for computers. So that's also why they're gonna come together. You know, it's on the same belt here. We have computers and circuit boards. Some of the circuit boards here will go into the computers and some will go directly there. For the computer, we actually have two of these manufacturers, one at 100% and one that's very underclocked to only 20%, because we only need 3 computers. So to make these ones, circuit boards, again, more cables, plastic and screws. All right, so we have, maybe let me show you what's coming directly over here. All right, we're gonna have, obviously, the plastic is coming directly there. But then we need more copper and more steel ingots, because you know these lines won't be enough. I mean, we need more than 400 of copper, right? So this is why this is the second line over here, where we're gonna have, you know, the steel goes there to make the screws. We're using the alternate recipe, but otherwise you would just take, you know, the iron. Instead of taking the steel, you would take the iron. But yeah, we're transforming into steel beams and then the steel beams into screws. So that's the screws done. That's a pretty easy one. And then again, the plastic goes directly there too. Then we have the copper right over here to make some wires, and the wires to make some cables. As you can see, many of them are slightly underclocked to make exactly what's needed. I don't want to waste energy. So that's making the cable. Last but not least, and you know, the harder to make is obviously the circuit board, because we need many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these takes both plastic and copper sheets. So the plastic continues, right? It comes at level 0 and continues there. And then the copper sheet, you can see I've done something, I'll say slightly smart, where I have at level 2, I have my copper that's coming from, you know, the bus. And then the copper is going to make over here a lot of copper sheet, right? Each of them is only making 10. This is merged on the other side, goes to level 3, and this way it can be delivered into all of these assemblers. So yeah, that's what's happening over here, all of the copper sheets. Last but not least, we need over here to make AV modular frames, right? That is what's going to be merged on this line and then go high up there. So these ones is 2 of these manufacturers, one at 100% and the second at 50% to make 3. They require, again, some screws and again some steel pipes, but also modular frames and end-case industrial beams. So this one is also slightly more complex. As always, you can see here, right, the inputs into the manufacturer, level 0, level 2, 3, and 4, and it comes from over here. We have the first one is the in-case industrial beams. It's gonna take some concrete and some steel beams. So the concrete is actually coming from, where is it coming from? It's coming from here, just next door. So we have the limestone that's coming from the bus. You can see I'm bringing from the bus for this final sort of line. We're bringing the limestone, a bit more of steel and some iron, right? So we have over here this limestone that's going there. How many are we talking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, of these that are making the concrete, and it goes directly into those 3 assemblers. And then we need the steel beams that's coming over here at level 3. Steel beams is the next one, right, over here. We're making quite a bit of steel beams because some is going to go directly there for the in-case steel beams, and some is actually going on the other side. You can see it over here, to make some screws. And here we definitely need more screws. We have 3 of these, each of them making 260. So that's definitely a big belt, right? Over here, a full belt of screws. Then we also need some steel pipe. So the steel ingots, right? We were talking about steel ingots here, making the steel beams. It continues over here, the steel ingots, to make more steel pipes. Those steel pipes will then go onto this belt, right? That's this belt over here. That's making all of the necessary resource here for the heavy modular frame. The last thing we need is the modular frame, the normal one. So that's coming here at that top level, right? We can follow it all the way to the end here. This is a bit of a long belt, but this is, you know, because I'm trying to also optimize. For example, we need the screws this side, but we also need the screws this side to make the reinforced iron plate. Screws plus iron plate. The iron plates, on the other hand, are coming, where are they coming from? They're coming from this side here, all the way over here. This is the iron plates. That's the first production we're making. A lot of iron plates there, they go around. Then we're gonna make some rods, right? All of this is rods. This way the rods are going there with the reinforced iron plate to make the modular frame. So we're talking about 8 of these assemblers over here, and we're talking about 5 of assemblers for the reinforced iron plate. So yeah, this is, I mean, as you can see, all of this to just make 1.5 of this assembly director system when you've already done the supercomputer. Because the supercomputers, you may remember, these are, I think these ones, if I remember correctly. Yeah, these are the supercomputers, right? So to make the supercomputers, this is even more computers, AI limiters, high-speed connectors, and plastic. All right, so it's not a huge amount, but also this is only making 1, right? Now we need 1.5 already for this whole thing. So yeah, you know, you need a lot of space if you want to have a perfect production, taking all of this even bigger and all of this. Now some of them are yellow, not because I miscalculated, but because, you know, I started some earlier and so now they're full, and the other ones need to catch up, right? So yeah, with this we are going to start. I mean, we can check into over here my building if we have any storage. Yeah, we've made 6 and 6, right? We've already made 12. That's only 3,988 that's remaining. You know, that's nothing. That's nothing. But yeah, you can see the scale at which the game goes into at this point, right? And also imagine if I didn't have this megabus, right, which took us a long time. We have a lot of trains coming and delivering everything into the bus, but if you didn't have the bus, imagine you basically need all types of resource in one place to make this happen, right? So that's definitely the challenge in this end game. We're talking about epic size constructions, but yeah, I think this is great progress. We are starting to make these. I'm not going to send them directly to the hub. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna put, you know, some storage. I mean, let's do it together quickly there. So we want to go here, 0E. Okay, so we have a storage. I'm gonna put it here for now, and then a merger. Okay, to deliver here, then deliver there. Okay, up, 2 back, up. Oh, okay, so they can start to deliver, you know, 14 now. Oof, such progress. So we're gonna let them, you know, make some reserve in particular because we need 4,000, right? Versus the last one we need 1,000. And then in the next episode, we can start moving to the second one, right? The second elevator phase. This next one, the magnetic field generator, will definitely require, again, a lot of different resources in one place. It will also require us to create something we've never done before, which are batteries. Batteries are important for drones too. We actually haven't used drone in this playthrough yet, so that's why we haven't made them yet. So in the next episode, again, I'll show you how to make magnetic field generator, including how to make batteries. So if you're interested in drones, maybe we'll also make some drones. Tell me in the comments below. Thank you for watching, smash like button, and I hope to see you next time.